Hey everyone, welcome back to Theckanal. Have you ever wondered why some married women seek adventures outside off-tier marriages? You might be thinking, but they have a loving husband, children, a stable family life. Why will they cross that line? It's a question that often sparks curiosity under Andres' eyebrows. And today, we're going to explore just that. We're diving into the top 5 reasons why even the most devoted wives might cheat. Grab yourself a cup of tea or maybe something a little stronger, if you're in the mood, and let's get started. Reason number 1, emotional hunger. Let's kick things off with the first reason, emotional hunger. Now, you might assume women cheat primarily because of sex, but that's not always the case. While physical intimacy is important, the main trigger is often emotional fulfillment. Imagine this. A woman is living in a stable marriage. There's financial security. The kids are happy and the routine of daily life is settled. But what's missing? Emotional connection. When the emotional spark begins to fade at home, that's when things start to change. She begins to feel unimportant, unnoticed, or even invisible. This can happen if her husband comes home, drops his bag, and they have dinner in front of the TV. Then he's off to sleep, engrossed in his phone. She might start wondering where is passion, the compliments, the light, flirting, the connection that made her feel like the only woman in the world. If she doesn't get that emotional validation at home, she might start looking elsewhere for it. So, what can you do to keep your relationship strong? Be more emotionally available. Be present. Praise her, surprise her, and make sure she knows that she's still desired. Keep the emotional connection alive and you'll be less likely to face this issue. Reason number 2, lack of fashion. Now, let's talk about lack of fashion. When a woman first meets a man, everything feels fresh, exciting, and filled with desire. But over time, what happens? Routine sets in. There's no more excitement. The passion fades. Perhaps intimacy becomes something like, let's do it quickly while the kids are asleep, and that ties it. After a few years, the desire can dwindle, but then a colleague or even a stranger might say, wow, you look especially beautiful today. And just like that, her body remembers what it feels like to be alive, to be desired. That glance, that compliment. It can spark something deep inside her. Does this mean all women cheat for the thrill of it? Not necessarily, but when the sexual energy isn't channeled properly at home, the temptation to seek it out elsewhere increases. If the passion isn't nurtured, it can easily fade, and with it risk of infidelity. So, what can you do? Keep the flame alive in your relationship. Talk openly about your desires. Try new things together. Surprise her with thoughtful gestures. And don't let intimacy become a routine. Keep it fresh, exciting, and intimate. Reason number 3, husband turning into a friend. Alright, moving into reason number 3, the husband turning into a friend. This one might be a bit harsh, but it's true. A lot of men over time stop being seen as the man they once were in their wife's eyes. They become too caring, too helpful, almost like a roommate or a buddy around the house. But here's the thing. Women need more than just someone who helps out with chores. They want to feel desired and wanted. They want a man who leads, who is confident, and who has that fire in his gaze. If the husband becomes more of a friend than a husband, she may start seeking that spark elsewhere. This could be a confident colleague, a fit personal trainer, or even a stranger who makes her feel alive. It's not that she doesn't love her husband. It's just that she needs someone who can awaken the fire within her. So, how can you avoid this? Don't just be the nice guy. Be confident, decisive, and show your wife that you still see her as the woman you want to be with. Make her feel like she's more than just a friend. Keep the romance and leadership alive in your relationship. Reason number 4, feeling unappreciated. Next up, we have feeling unappreciated. It's incredibly common, yet often goes unnoticed. When a woman feels like her efforts, whether at home with the kids or in their relationship, aren't being acknowledged, she can start to feel undervalued. Maybe she works hard to maintain the home, take care of the kids, and manage everything in her life, but her husband doesn't seem to notice or appreciate it. He may not even recognize her emotional needs or the little things she does to keep everything running smoothly. Over time, this lack of appreciation can lead to frustration and a sense of being invisible. When a woman feels underappreciated, she may start seeking validation and recognition elsewhere. She wants to feel like she matters, that someone sees her efforts and acknowledges her worth. To avoid this, it's essential to regularly express appreciation, a simple thank you, or "I appreciate everything you do for me," and or family can go a long way. Acknowledge her efforts and make Suresh knows that she's valued. Reason number 5, desire for novelty and adventure. And lastly, we have the desire for novelty and adventure. It's natural for humans to crave excitement and change. When life becomes predictable, when the routine of daily tasks takes over, it can feel like a never-ending loop. For some women, the thought of something new, something different can be enticing. They might crave that rush of novelty and the thrill of experiencing something outside the mundane. This can lead to temptation when they encounter a new who offers a sense of adventure or excitement that's been missing in their life. It's not necessarily about that person they're cheating, and with it is about the novelty and excitement that they're seeking. How can you address this in your relationship? Keep things interesting. Try new activities together. Go on spontaneous trips and keep the sense of adventure alive in your marriage. Remind each other of the fun, carefree moments you shared when you first met. Reason number 6, emotional hunger. The first reason is emotional hunger. It's easy to assume that women cheat primarily because of a lack of physical intimacy, but that's not always the case. While sex is important, the main issue often lies in emotional connection. Let's set the scene. A woman has a stable home, life, financial security, happy children, and an established routine. But when the emotional spark fades, things begin to change. Her husband might come home, drop his bag, eat dinner in front of that TV, and fall asleep on the couch with his phone in hand. There's no emotional engagement, no thoughtful conversation, no spark. She might begin to long for those things, compliments, light, flirting, and that feeling of being desired and valued. If she doesn't find that at home, she might start searching for it elsewhere. What can you do to avoid this? Keep the emotional connection alive in your relationship. Be present. Make her feel special and show genuine interest in her life and feelings. It's not about big gestures. It's about making her feel like she's truly seen and appreciated. Reason number 7, lack of passion. The second reason is lack of passion. When a woman first meets her partner, everything is exciting and new, but as time passes, the routine takes over and the passion starts to fade. The passionate, spontaneous moments become a distant memory. You know how it goes. Intimacy starts to feel like a task. Let's do it quickly while the kids are asleep, or worse. Intimacy becomes a distant thought altogether. As years go by, the excitement diminishes. Then one day a colleague or even a stranger might tell her she looks beautiful today. That simple compliment can spark something inside her, reminding her of what it feels like to be desired. Note this doesn't mean all women cheat simply because of a lack of passion, but when that sexual energy isn't nurtured at home, temptation can become harder to resist. How can you keep passion alive? Keep the excitement in your relationship. Be surprising each other, trying new things, and not letting intimacy become predictable. Talk about your desires and be open to experimenting together. When you put effort into keeping the spark alive, it reduces the risk of looking elsewhere. Reason number 8, husband turning into a friend. The third reason is the husband turning into a friend. This might sound harsh, but it's a real issue for man relationships. Over time, many men stop being seen as the strong, confident partners they once were, and instead they become just another good guy who's always there, but without the fire or attraction that initially brought them together. A woman needs more than just a reliable partner. She wants someone who makes her feel desired, someone who is confident, and someone who has that spark of masculinity that makes her feel alive. If her husband becomes more of a roommate than a romantic partner, she might start looking for someone else who will reignite that sense of desire. How can you fix this? Don't just be a good guy. Be the man she fell in love with. Be confident, decisive, and don't forget to show her affection. Make her feel special, valued, and desired. The little things like smiling at her and showing your strength and decisions can go a long way. Reason number 9. Feeling underappreciated. Moving on to the fourth reason, feeling underappreciated. Many women feel like their efforts counted, and this can be incredibly frustrating. She works hard to maintain the home, take care of the kids, look beautiful, and create comfort for everyone around her. But her husband doesn't seem to notice or appreciate it. Then someone else comes along, a colleague, a friend, maybe even a stranger who notices the little things, her new perfume, her lipstick color, the way her hair looks today. They tell her she's stunning, and for the first time in a while, she feels truly seen. This is when the danger begins. If the appreciation and validation she gets from someone else contrasts sharply with what she gets at home, temptation becomes harder to resist. How can you avoid this? Make sure to acknowledge the little things she does. Compliment her, show her you appreciate her, and remind her of her worth. This doesn't mean being overly romantic all the time, but it does mean actively showing that you notice her and care for her efforts. Appreciation is key in keeping her close. Reason number 10. The return to youth. Finally, the fifth reason is their turn to youth. As women grow older, they start reflecting on their youth, the time when they were free, when they felt looked at and admired by men, and when romance was an everyday experience and routine. Set in the feeling of novelty can be hard to find if her husband stops making her feel young, desired, and spontaneous. She may seek that feeling elsewhere. For many women, cheating isn't just about sex. It is about reigniting those feelings of excitement, butterflies in the stomach, and a sense of rebellion against age and routine. What can you do? Don't let your relationship stagnate. Keep things exciting by adding novelty. Surprise her with adventures, spontaneous trips, or activities you've never tried before. Make her feel like life with you is full of possibilities, not a monotonous routine. So, there you have it. Women don't cheat because they want to destroy their families. Most often, it's a cry off the soul. They're seeking emotions, attention, passion, and excitement. They justify their actions by convincing themselves that they are getting what they need at home. If you're a man who wants to build a strong, trusting, and passionate relations, it's essential to keep these points in mind. Be the person she'll fall in love with over and over again, not just someone she'll stay with because of obligation. If you nurture a relationship focused on appreciation, emotional connection, passion, and novelty, you can ensure that your partner won't seek what she's missing elsewhere. Relationships require continuous effort and attention. But trust me, if you do the work, she won't go anywhere. And of course, these insights can also be applied to relationships with other women in your life. So, don't forget these tips if you're navigating those connections too. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, good luck with your relationships and keep them